Hello, my name is HAPruitt and I am the author of Anelthalien. And this video is about self-publishing and marketing a book. Because when you are a self-published author, you have to do all of your marketing. So first, what is marketing? Marketing is just the term for all the different actions you do to convince people to buy your book. It's selling your book. It's putting your book on the market. That's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about marketing. And that takes so many different forms, but we'll talk about all the different ways you can market your book in maybe a couple next videos, but not in this video. This video is going to talk about why you need to market your book, and also the hard part of being especially a Christian self-published author. How do I market my book without using people, without just trying to get people's money? How do I keep that balance? So first, why do I need to market my book? It may seem like an obvious question. It may seem like, well, yeah, why do I have to market my book? But you are the one who is marketing your book. You are the only one whose job it is to convince people they need to buy the book that you published. It's nobody else's job. That's one reason why. Even if you have a loving family, a caring family, even if you have friends who are excited about your book, they also have jobs. They also have lives. And it's not their life. It's not their book. And they will only do so much just because they have other things to do. It's not because they don't care. It's because it's just not their book. And so you are going to be responsible. You are going to be the one telling the world why they need to buy your book. It's going to be your job. That's why you need to do it. Why you need to do it is because if you don't, no one will know about your book. It may seem like, well, if I publish my book with, let's say, Amazon, you self-publish your book with the Amazon publisher, isn't it going to be on Amazon? Aren't people going to find it? No. If nobody knows about your book, okay, I looked it up. A quick search said of how many books are published a year, between 600,000 and 6 million books are published every year. You are competing with 6 million, possibly 6 million other books. If someone is not looking for your book, it is very unlikely they are going to just come across it. And so if you don't tell people about your book, if you don't market it, if you don't put it out there, if you don't talk about it constantly, people probably won't ever hear about it at all. So that's kind of disheartening. This video is going to be a little disheartening, but stay with me. Okay? So if you don't market your book, if you don't sell it, if you don't put it out there, if you don't every day say, hey, buy my book, people aren't going to buy it because they just don't know about it. And also, you need to market your book to tell people why they need to buy your book. Even if people do come across your book and do see the cover and you do have a great cover that draws attention and tells people about it even though they don't know, even if all that is there, if people don't know why they need to buy your book, it's very unlikely that they will buy your book. Because think about when you walk through a store. If you see something that you don't know why you need it, you don't know what it is, and you don't just think you would enjoy it, you're going to walk right by it. So you need to be telling people why they need your book. Remember that felt need I talked about in a previous video? Whenever you make your book proposal, you put your felt need in there. The thing in your book that will draw people in, like if you write a cookbook, it's because people like to eat, that's what the felt need. If you don't communicate that when you're marketing your book, when you're making the ads, when you're putting the post up, people won't know why they need it. They'll just say, okay, it's Anelthalien, why should I read it? And they'll move on to one of the other 6 million books published just this year. I mean, that's a lot of books for people to move past yours, and they will if you don't make them understand that they need to buy your book. So that's why you need to market your book, because nobody's going to buy it if you don't. Nobody will know why they need it if they don't. And that leads to my second point in this video of how to market your book without just saying, you need to buy my book because I need your money. How to walk that line of not promoting yourself while promoting your book. So I struggled with this a lot because I felt like I was just going to be using people's money if I asked people to read it, if I asked for their reviews. I mean, I shouldn't be doing that because I'm just trying to make everybody do what I want them to. it's hard, it's difficult to not have that conundrum of feeling like nobody else needs to read this book. You gotta remember that felt need. You gotta remember that purpose, that motivation in your book proposal or whatever, all your book information. Go back to that, to your purpose, to your motivation. Why? Why did you write this book? Don't ever forget that. Why did you write this book? And think about, if you are a Christian author, if God gave you this book to glorify Him, if God gave you this book to tell people about Him, you do not need to be ashamed about using this book to draw people to God. You don't need to be ashamed about that. Some people God calls to go be missionaries and just speak God's word to them. Some people God calls to write books that tell people about God. So if that's your mission that God called you to, do not ever be ashamed. Keep that in the forefront of your mind. That my motivation was to bring people to God. That's my motivation. Because Anelthalien itself brought me closer to God. And God told me to write it and make it into a book because I am 100% sure that this is going to bring people to God. This is going to save people's lives. And when I keep that in the forefront of my mind, then I do not feel ashamed about telling people, you gotta read this. You've got to read this. And it's not because I want your money. It's because you need to know God. So keep your motivation forefront in your mind in order to not get into that conundrum of feeling like, how can I promote it without promoting myself? Promote God in it. That's how you keep marketing your book as a Christian self-published author. So as a summary, in my notes, as a self-published author, it is your job to tell people about how they can benefit from your book. Don't tell people you should buy this. Tell people this is how you can benefit from my book. This is what my book has to offer you. And also remember that God gave you the gift of writing to glorify Him. So do that. Do that while marketing your book. So next time, I'll talk about how to market your book on social media. At least that's what my notes say. So, bye for now. Hi, if you want to know more about Anelthalien, please follow me on Instagram. Check out my Facebook page. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel or visit my website at HAPruitt.com. Thanks for watching.